beauties, welcome back to my channel again. In today's channel I'm going to be showing you how to make these pencil skirts with its draped ruffles by the two edge, just the way you saw it displayed on the thumbnail. If this is what you're interested in, you would like to stick to the end. This is going to be a very easy and simple tutorial. So if this is your first time on this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you could get notified whenever we post new tutorials. And if you're a return subscriber, thank you so much. Without wasting much of your time, let's get right into it. So I'm going to be making use of this African print, and I've gone ahead to fold mine into two. Then when folding, make sure you take your hip measurement divided by 4, then extra 3 inches. My hip measurement divided by 4 is 13.5, and I have just 2 inches, so I'm going to fold more to get 3 or 3.5 inches more. So this is it. This is going to be a very simple, very easy tutorial, so I'm going to be fast as possible. So this is it. So make sure you fold your hip measurement divided by 4, then extra 3 inches or 4 inches just for the allowance and the darts on the skirt. So what I'm going to do next is to mark our starting line, which we always do when we're making any outfit. So the next thing I'm going to do is to take my vertical point, which is my hip line. So my hip point is 11. I'll just chop down my hip just this way. Just check it down. You can use your ruler. The next thing is to take the length of my skirt, and for the length of this skirt I'm going to be making use of the length of the skirt is going to be 17, which is somewhere here, but I'm going to add extra 4 inches. So just go ahead and do whatever you get for the length of your skirt. Go ahead and add extra 4 inches, so when you fix your lining will not show. When we get to that point, you see the reason why I said you should add extra 4 inches. So the length of this skirt, let me use 18, then extra 4 inches is going to be 1 2 3 4, is going to be 22. So I'm going to chop that down. 22. I'm going to chop that down, mark it like this, a straight line just this way. So this is going to be our hip point and the length of our skirts. This will serve as our waistline. I'll just go ahead and cut this out. Yes, just cut it out. So we're going to be working with this for our front. So the next thing I would want to do is to take my waist measurement divided by 4, which is here. My waist measurement divided by 4 is 9.5. I'm going to be adding extra 1 inch for that intake, and 2 inches for ease, for my sewing allowance. So it's going to be here for my sewing allowance, which is here. So my hip, I'm going to be dividing my hip measurements. So I'm going to be dividing my hip measurement by 4, and my hip measurement divided by 4, like I said before, is 13.5, which is somewhere here. I'm going to add extra 2 inch for my sewing allowance. If you're on the big side, make sure to add 2.5. So I'm going to reconnect it this way, and I'm going to mark it straight. Whatever I get on my hip line, I'm going to minus 1. So I have, because this is a pencil skirt, I have 15.5 here. I'm going to make use of 14.5 here. So I'm just going to reconnect it this way. So this is it. So I'm going to, from this part, I'm going to come down by 1 inch. I'm going to come down by 1 inch, and I'm going to reconnect it.
So this is it, guys. So the next thing we're going to do, but first I made a mistake while cutting this. I did not minus 2 inch for a band while cutting it, but that's not a problem because I added excess down the length of my skirt. So whenever you want to cut yours, just minus 2, get the hip point, minus 2, and get your length, and that is it. So for the back, you're going to minus 2 for your zipper, just the way you see me doing. You minus 2 for your zipper. So while folding, you're going to leave extra 2 inch by the side of your skirt. So the next thing we're going to do, from the waistline, you're going to come out by 1 inch. This to prevent your zip from bulging out on the waistline. It's going to make you relax. So you just cut out when you're done, you just cut it out just the way you see me doing. Then after which, you're going to cut your lining. After cutting your skirt, the back of your skirt out, we're going to be cutting the lining for this. And while cutting the lining, you're going to see the reason why I said you should leave that extra 4 inch after taking the length of your skirt. Then you notch the zip part. So we're going to be cutting the lining. Please ignore the color of the lining. Like I said before, this is not going to be for a client. This is for me. So the color of the lining I'm using is totally not a problem because it's not going to be showing under the skirt. Yeah, this is the reason why I said you should take that 4 inch extra after taking the length of your skirt. Please note, when making this skirt with lining, take extra 4 inch after taking the length. So here you're going to fold that 4 inch which you came down by after taking the length of your skirt. So note, the lining is going to be shorter than the actual fabric. Hope you guys understand. So after folding it, all you just have to do is to trace out your lining and cut it out. Please make sure to make your lining shorter. If you don't if you have a pin, you can secure your pin down before cutting. Me, my pin wasn't closed, that's why. So as you can see here, the lining is shorter than the actual fabric, so you don't have a problem with the color of lining I'm using because it's not going to be showing on under the skirt, outside the skirt after sewing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead to cut the back lining also, but I'm not going to be filming that, but just do same thing you did for the front for the back of your skirt. So the next thing we're going to do now is to take this to a sewing machine and join the lining to the body of the skirt. But before that, I'm going to use my pin to secure this down. So I'll show you how it's going to look like after sewing it. You see the lining is not going to come outside the skirt. It's not going to be showing outside the skirt. So I'm just going to quickly use my pin and secure this down. So guys, I'm done pinning it down. So this is the waist of the skirt. When you pull it up after sewing, this is how it's going to look. And you see the lining is not showing at all. So I'm just quickly going to take it to my sewing machine and sew it down so you see how it looks. After sewing, I'm going to give it a good press. I'm going to sew the two sides and leave the waist part open. From the waist part, I'm going to turn over. So I'm going to quickly take this to my sewing machine, sew it down so you see how it looks after ironing. So this is it, guys. I've joined the lining to the body of the skirt. As you can see, it's really looking very, very beautiful. Please, when sewing this, make sure you use your iron. There is nothing like managing or maneuver. You're going to maneuver the ironing part. The iron is very, very important because with the iron, you're going to iron this properly and it's going to come out very, very looking very, very nice. So note, you must use your iron when making this skirt. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to secure that zipper part for the back. I'm going to just sew down just to secure it for the meantime. So the next thing we're going to do is to take our bust pan. If you don't know what's bust pan, your bust pan is your nipple to nipple measurement. So I'm going to take my nipple to nipple divided by 2. My nipple to nipple is 8 divided by 2 is 4. This is for our dart intake. So I'm going to take 4, then come down by 4 again. That's where I want my darts to stop. You can decide to extend your darts, depends on you. This is going to make our skirt relax at the front and also at the back. So I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, secure it down. I'm also going to do same thing for the back. I'm going to take my bust pan divided by 2, which is 4. I'm going to chalk it down take it to my machine and sew it and secure it down for relaxation for the back as well. I still have to say this, guys, please, when sewing, make sure you use your iron. This is not what you can manage without iron. You must use your iron so you can get a very neat job, just the way you see mine on the screen right now. So the next thing we're going to do now is to shaping our skirt. So my waist measurement is 40 divided by 2. You're going to be dividing by 2 now, not 4. Divided by 2 is 20. What I have was 23, so I marked 1 inch on the left side, 1 inch on the right side. Same thing I did for my waist, and I'm going to extend it down just this way, and I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down, after which I'm going to show you how it looks. So guys, this is how it looks. So that's my dart intake for the back and for the front. So the next thing we're going to do is to add our zipper, but before then I'm going to attach our band before the zipper. So I've gone ahead to open the stitch I made for the back. I'm going to take our waist dart round, measure it round, and cut a band for it. The exact length I get from the measurements, I'm going to cut a band for it, and I'm going to be attaching this band on the waist, round the waist to the other end of the zipper part. So after which, when I'm done doing that, I'm going to be adding a zip to it. You're just going to sew it like this, then I'm going to add a zipper to it. So after which, I'm going to show you how it looks like. So guys, this is it. I'm done working on the skirt. As you can see, I've attached the band and our skirt is ready. This is the zipper part. I'm still going to iron. That's my slit. You can see my slit showing there. So now, if you don't want to attach that draped ruffles in the front of your skirt, then your skirt is ready. But we're going to this tutorial, we're going to be adding the ruffles. That's the purpose of this tutorial. So what we're going to do now is, the length of this drape is 72, but you can make yours more depending on how full. Like if you want yours to fall more, you have to make it the length more. You have to maybe use 100 or more, 80. It depends on you. The wideness of this drape is 18. You can make yours 20, 25 depending on what you want. So the next thing we're going to do now is to attach the drape part. So this is why I said if you want yours to fall more, you can use more than 72. The more longer your drape is, the more full is going to look. So I'm going to be pleating this. Please note, when pleating, if you're pleating downwards, make sure to pleat down. Don't pleat down, front down. Just watch and see. This is a bit technical. So what you're going to do is you're going to pleat. So if you want to pleat down, make sure you pleat down all along. If you want to pleat up, make sure to pleat up. Okay, so please pay close attention to this part. I'm going to be pleating up, and while pleating, you're going to use your pin to secure that. And while pinning, you're not going to pin it with the back. You're going to raise it up just the way you see my hand. Raise your front skirt and then pin it. So guys, this is it. I'm going to fold up and pin, raise it up like this. Note, don't pin it down with the back of your skirt. I'm also going to do same thing for the other side. Note, if you've pinned up this other side, you're equally going to pin up. You're going to pleat up, sorry, not pin up. You're going to pleat up, you're not going to pleat down. So if you're pinning up, if you pinned upwards to the other side, you're going to equally pin upwards on the other side, and it's same thing you did for the other side. That's what you're going to do for this other side. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it down. Up front, you stitch down and up. So what you're going to do is you're going to raise your skirt just the way you're going to see me do now. Raise it up this way, take it to your machine, you stitch down. You're also going to do same thing for the other side. You're going to take it up and stitch it down. Please note, before adding the ruffles, we made sure to shape in our skirt. So you're going to shape in your skirt first. Make sure your skirt is ready before adding this drape. So note that. So I'm going to show you how it looks. So this is the end part of our skirt. Please, If you've watched to this extent and you're yet to subscribe, please do good by subscribing. Turn on your notification bell so you'll get notified whenever we post beautiful tutorials. So we've come to the end of this tutorial, guys. I would like to know what you think about the making of this skirt down the comment section. Don't forget, if you have any question, leave that on the comment section. I'm going to answer you. If you find this educating, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share this video, and that is it. Thank you so much for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.